Hi everyone, this is Tori Poulter. I am the Chief Sales Officer for Younique. I am joined by Jordan Meyer, who has become my partner in crime as we are talking about country launches. And we are here to do our second video, which is our second video for Italy. And the first, if you didn't get a chance to tune into the first, it is on our Younique corporate YouTube channel. And the purpose of that video is the top 4 reasons to love Younique. The purpose of this video is to give you more detail of why Italy should be a part of your business. That is our purpose for today. Ciao, benvenuto, which is Italian for hello, I think, in a very poorly done accent, but
you sound great, Tori.
Thank you, Jordan. I would feel more comfortable if I had some gelato here in front of me. I would feel a little bit more authentic, but next time, friends, next time.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you saw the Italy information page. It is your URL /Italy, which gives you an FAQ. It talks about a lot of interesting things. There are a few things that we announced on that, a few more things that we have to share to you. But Jordan, let's get to it. What new updates since we posted that FAQ and did the first video do we have to share with everyone?
Okay, so let's talk about IVD.
Yes, very interesting topic.
So IVD, what that is it's a special tax and legal status in Italy. What a way to start a video talking about tax and legal stuff, right? But it's actually, your recruits definitely will ask about it. It gives some nice tax benefits. So we are offering IVD. In fact, if you enroll as a presenter in Italy, you have to enroll as IVD.
Yes.
So one other thing there will be tax withholdings per Italian law out of commissions. So that's a part of being IVD status.
Okay, and one of the things, Jordan, that we posted in the FAQ were the cities that we were going into, which included what? Sicily and Sardinia, that were 2 cities in question, but we have a little bit of new information now.
Yeah. So we're going to Sicily and Sardinia, not going to 4 locations. So we will not be shipping product to Livigno, Campione d'Italia, San Marino, and Vatican City.
Okay, great.
So,
and this launch will follow. It'll be a familiar pattern. It will follow our countries prior, which is that we recruit 1 month and then we begin to sell the next, correct?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, great.
One other thing on IVD before we move on from that, talk to your recruits if they are civil servants, and what a civil servant is that's like a government employee. It can even be like a university professor or a teacher or a fireman. They may have restrictions on whether or not they can work outside of their contract. So they may not be able to be IVD, or they may have actually some restrictions on that.
Okay, great information. So moving on, one of the things that I love about what Jordan is able to offer in some of the research that he does is very interesting fun facts about the landscape in the country that we're going into. And do you have some fun facts and specifically bits, little gems that our presenters can use to promote the Younique business?
I do. Yeah. Really, one thing I have to say is the number one reason we're going into Italy is because our business is doing so well in Europe. Culturally, from a social media standpoint, our business model works well there. In every European country we've launched, our presenters are having success. So we're going there because we know that our presenters can succeed there.
Great.
But a couple fun facts about Italy. So when we announced that we were going to Italy at convention, before convention I got on and looked, and in the 12 months leading up to August, we had 130,000 unique visitors on the Younique website from Italy. 130,000.
130,000 unique visitors, meaning new incremental visitors, like you and I, not YOU, right?
Yeah.
Like
130,000 people who have gone to the Younique website before we've even announced that we're going to Italy. So there's demand there already. So
that is a fun fact.
Yeah, a couple other things. People there use our same social networks that we use in most of our current markets, like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. That's a big thing that's driving us there. There's there's a big propensity to buy things online, which is important. Now, culturally, it's a little bit, it's not quite as advanced from an e-commerce standpoint as, say, the U.S., Canada, or the U.K. It's like maybe 5 years ago, where we're
Okay.
sort of at the beginning of the wave, where people are really seeing how convenient and how fast shipping is, how nice it is to just get on their phone and buy something online when they think about it, instead of having to remember it from when they go
Right.
to the store.
But it's growing
It's
rapidly.
Yeah, growing very fast.
Yeah.
A couple other fun facts about Italy. Direct selling is very culturally accepted. There are companies that just do extremely well there. Avon still does really well there. There's a Swiss cosmetics company called Just Cosmetics. They both do about 150 million in sales, which is incredible in Italy. And then really our product pricing fits really well with the market.
Okay.
So a premium lipstick costs about 30 euros.
Which just happens to be the price of our new Splash
Yes,
lipstick,
yes.
which I happen to be wearing today.
What color?
Spontaneous.
Okay, good. I don't know how you guys remember all those adjectives. By
Well,
the way.
you I don't know. I'm nervous. Did I get the right shade? I don't know. It's a little test.
So ultimately, it's clear that Italy's the right market for us.
Yes. Excellent. All right. So that gives us some great information about why we are going into Italy. Now let's talk about the language. As a presenter, to go after that market, do you feel like a presenter needs to speak Italian to be successful? What's your take on that?
Well, it helps. There's no question that it helps.
Sure.
Almost everyone in Italy speaks Italian, but it's not necessary. We have a lot of presenters who don't speak the language, the local language, and yet are very successful recruiters and international, business builders. So I don't think so. And so their strategy, by not speaking the local language, is, hey, I'm just going to get whoever can understand my English posts, right? And it actually works in a market like Italy, where 18 million of the 60 million Italians are conversant in English. And I can actually speak to this from firsthand experience. I've traveled around Italy quite a bit, and people like to speak English with you. I try to practice my very weak Italian, but they kind of want to speak English with me, which is unlike when I go to Paris, right? They want to speak French with me.
French. Speaking of French, this is there are quite a few Italians that speak French, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So there's about 10%, about 16% of the population, about 10 million people in Italy speak French.
Excellent. So this is a terrific opportunity for our French presenters, because France is doing it's where we have a great business in France and Spain. Talking about the neighboring countries, right? Italy is a neighbor to France, and France was still in its very early stages when we launched Spain, but now France has a seasoned business and some very seasoned presenters. So I think it's an excellent opportunity for our French presenters.
Huge. Yeah, and not only the French presenters, there's about, what's my number? There's about 6 million Spanish speakers in Italy as well, and a lot of Italians actually understand Spanish. I speak Spanish, and I kind of tried it out on some people there, and they understand it fairly well.
Great. Jordan, one of the things that you do, which I think is so great when you are researching new countries, is you have all of these different criteria that you look at, and you give a country a ranking. So give us some of the top ranking pieces of criteria when you looked at Italy. What has your research shown?
Sure. Well, beauty e-commerce is growing incredibly fast in Italy. It actually is growing by 40% this year, which is remarkable.
Wow.
For context, in the U.S., it's growing at a pace that's closer to 5%.
Sure. Nowhere near at the rate that Italy's growing. Okay,
Yeah.
Great.
So Italy's interesting. In the early 2000s, everyone in Italy said that no one would buy books online, right? Because there's these mom and pop bookstores on each book corner, and culturally, they just won't buy books online.
Right.
Well, Amazon came to Italy, and now everyone buys books online. And then fast forward a few years, everyone's saying no one will buy shoes.
No one will buy shoes because Italians and their shoes, right?
And then there's a company called Zalando, which is a little bit like Zappos here in the U.S. But a company called Zalando comes in, and now lots of people buy shoes online, and not just shoes, but clothes too on Zalando.
So are people saying that Italians won't buy makeup online?
Definitely. We've heard that and read that. But as that 40% number shows, that's changing significantly, and
Sure.
we're going to be a part of that. We're going to be a part of changing beauty e-commerce.
Now, when someone says that Italians are going to start buying gelato online, that might be where we draw the
I think
line.
we draw the
But
line right
cosmetics, I can believe it. I can believe it.
Yeah.
Great.
But I want to point one thing out. There's still so much growth to come. That's one of the things that's exciting about Younique going to Italy right now is we're sort of, the wave is beginning to crest, right?
Yes.
We've still got a ton of growth,
Yes.
growth
Very
that's,
good
that's
timing.
going to happen.
Yeah, very good timing. So you talked about the increase in e-commerce sales. Talk to us about social media. How is social media doing or growing or not growing in Italy?
Okay. So like a lot of the countries we're in, Italians spend a lot of time on social media, about 2 hours a day. And so we like that. People are on social media. There's a social messenger app called WhatsApp. A lot of you have probably heard of it, that has absolutely taken Italy by storm. In 2013, WhatsApp had 0% of the messaging market. In 2015,
In Italy specifically.
In Italy specifically.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah. Guess what? In 2015, it was up to 80%.
Wow.
80. So WhatsApp has just exploded.
So note to self, download WhatsApp.
Yeah.
If you're going after Italy, download WhatsApp.
Absolutely. So, for example, I was in this kind of stodgy business meeting, and this very serious businessman was showing me his WhatsApp, and he goes, "I feel like I can't get anything done anymore. People keep adding me to these scuba diving groups," because I guess he's a scuba diver. But so there are a lot of affinity groups. But I thought that was super interesting. So, I would recommend that to you as you reach out to Italy. See if you can't create some WhatsApp groups and see if you can't find or get invited to some affinity groups around beauty and makeup. And
Nice.
but don't spam.
Yeah, no kidding. We actually haven't brought up spamming, which we normally will bring up every single call. Spamming does nothing for our brand, does nothing for you, your teams, or the integrity of Younique. Yeah, you told that story with a fairly lame Italian accent. It wasn't much better than my benvenuto. I think we need to go over to Italy when it's launch time and work on that accent just a little bit. That's my suggestion.
And work on our gelato skills.
Yeah, work on our gelato skills. So, cultural tips. Another thing that you always bring to us are some very interesting cultural tips in the country. What have you got?
Get on the phone with them. Okay. If you
Italians are communicators.
Yes. And if you look at the data, they spend significantly more time on the phone than any other European country. And in fact, they may be the most telephonic market of any country in the world. It's amazing. So,
well, that's a great, that is an interesting coincidence because our presenters are communicators as well, I think it is safe to say.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't have any data to support this, but I've had conversations with a lot of our presenters who work international markets, and they think that the probability of a recruit actually enrolling and signing up triples if they can get them on the phone and talk to them. And I would suggest that in Italy, that's going to even more than triple because it's just a part of their culture. It's a part of who they are. So that's maybe cultural tip number one. Another cultural tip I would give is talk to them about the relationships they can build. I had a conversation with the former president of Avon Europe, who was actually an Italian man, and he said, look, the Italians are so different in that they love relationships, right? They have strong relationships. They love building relationships, and you have to build a relationship with them. So really live the sisterhood, talk about the sisterhood, and let them know about these incredible relationships they can build at Younique.
Okay.
Then I'd say the third and final cultural tip is be credible and be authentic.
Which we say every time,
Yeah.
right? We say every time, no rocket science there.
Yeah, and Italians will sniff out if you're not being authentic, right? We've had there was one well-known direct sales company that went into Italy, and they had a lot of meetings talking about how much money everyone could make, and their launch went really poorly, right? And I won't mention the company name, but they've since sort of switched up and gotten a lot more authentic, and they're doing really well. So the Italians will sniff it out if you're not being sincere.
Okay, great advice. So, any final closing comments for us?
Yeah, I just hope that we in the Younique universe realize what a tremendous opportunity we have with Italy. It's a top 10 global market in all the things that we've seen are predictive of presenter success. So e-commerce, premium beauty, Facebook users, direct sales. It's a top 10 in all those metrics. So I would just say, there aren't that many more Italys left.
Right.
So take advantage of it. If you're interested at all, give it a look. Give Italy a try. It's just a country that's just perfect and ready and waiting for us.
It feels like Italy has been a long time coming. It really does, with just the different things that the excitement level and the different social media opportunities and the women of Italy and how well they'll do with Younique. It feels like this has been a long time coming. Yeah. Well, one of the most common questions that we get is, how do you get started as a presenter in a new market? One of the programs at convention was exactly that. It was titled Expanding in New Markets, and it was a program by Claire Cowan and Nicole Smith, who we love, and that is going into university. I think it's actually already there, and so check that out on our university, which is on YouTube, and you can get a lot of great detailed information right from some of our top presenters about how to do business in new markets and pioneering new markets, right? Stay tuned for our third and final video, which will feature a presenter, which is always one of our favorites to record. We'll feature a presenter who has had a lot of success going into Italy. And I think that's it for now. We will see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Good luck with Italy, and ciao.
Ciao.